What is up? Welcome to the NBA Rundown brought to you courtesy of Run Pure Sports and Run Pure Bets. I'm your host, Astaire, joined today by Tyler Hicks. And Tyler, we are here to break down the NBA, the National Blowout Association. Another poor game last night. Yeah, I know. Ooh, they cut it to 8 with 3 minutes to go. I mean, did you really think they were going to come back? It was like, whatever,
No, it's like they just cut it to 8, and then they switch the lineup, and then there they go. They're out the window.
That's the problem with going down by 30, right? No matter what you do, there's no way to make it back. So, another terrible game. But right before we went on, you gave me some great news as an NBA fan that I think that everybody needs to hear. Are we due for a close game tonight? And let them know why.
Oh, I mean, we all know how the FanDuel odds boost works. When they put odds boosts out on certain players, those players tend to have bad games.
Mm-hmm.
Well, there's an odds boost up tonight. Either team to win by 15 plus points boosted to plus 420. So maybe we'll get a close game tonight.
Yeah, maybe either that or just land on 14 after being 30 the whole time.
Or it's a blowout, and then it's like last night where they come down, they win the game by like 10.
Yeah, we were on with Keg last night, right? And the first quarter was pretty good, right? And I'm thinking, okay, I think
First
we got
half
a
was
pretty
pretty
good
good.
match here. Yeah, and it was just absolutely terrible. I don't know what was worse, the game or the roofing system that they got going on there in Dallas. So, I don't think I've seen the word flex seal on my timeline so much, but everyone had to get their jokes off. And, that was that. I mean, any more takeaways from last night game other than, it's a make or miss league, and when Dallas hits their threes, they can beat anybody, and if they don't, they're absolutely terrible.
No, I mean, you hit it on the head, and I think that little run they made at the end of the game, just like you said, ruined their momentum going into the next game. So, Warriors by like 25 in this next one.
Yeah, I kind of felt that way, right? That was the only real thing, was it kind of took away some of the confidence they had, and absolutely stomping the Warriors and the reserves allowing that to get close. And hey, great for Kuminga, great for Moody to get a little run out there. But that was that. Another kind of not exciting game. And boy, coming off the heels of an NFL playoffs where it felt like every game came down to the very last play, NBA is not doing a lot. So Tyler, yesterday, not only have the NBA playoffs been bad, my performance on the show has been bad. What a terrible segment yesterday when I tried to explain the mathematics behind the 3-point variance. So today, to start off, right, because there's not really much to talk about on last night's game, figured I'll fix the NBA for you, right? I got two solutions, all right, Tyler. The first one is we have no side on the 3-point line. It only goes on the top. So rather than cutting down on the side, it goes to the top. Then you can't run the 5-out offense. Okay, that one's pretty good, but I think this one's better, Tyler. Dunks are worth 3, alley-oops are worth 4. Yes, I jacked that from the NBA 2K playground, but let's do it, Tyler. Let's make dunks worth 3 points. Let's make alley-oops worth 4 points. Have I fixed the NBA? What do you think?
Probably not, because then they just transition
dunks worth 3? That would be awesome.
Yeah, but just think about how many like certain teams would just start drafting like wings that are just high flyers and just throw the shooting out the window and just start throwing oops left and right.
I'm down with that. What would you rather see? A bunch of alley-oops or a bunch of 3-pointers?
Yeah, I mean, it'd be one of them things that could be fun for a couple years, and then it would it would change to that, and then we'd just be like, we want this back.
And we, the people, I probably definitely, he gives great picks in the league, but this might be the best advice that he's ever given me. Stop staying up at night trying to change the league. All right, great advice, we the people. All right, well, that's my quick breakdown of the Warriors game. Let's jump in for tonight. And let's just start with questions from the chat. When it's just me and you, we try and get the chat involved. Here's our guy, Jay, the Sports Keg, of course, giving out the winners every weekend on the Keg live cast. FanDuel doesn't give block props for Robert Williams. What's going on with that, Tyler?
I'm not even sure there's any props listed for him right now. Let me go look.
Why is that? Is that because we have this wacky injury?
Right, because he's questionable. Well, I see his points are listed, rebounds are listed, but yeah, there's no blocks yet. Maybe they'll generate those props later on, but
okay.
Surprised they don't have that number listed for him. Yeah, he's not even in the block tiers, like where you can bet 2+ blocks, 3+ blocks. That's weird.
Yeah, I'm not.
We the people says DK has them.
Okay, well, thank you for helping out with that. But let's jump into tonight's game, Tyler. We've seen a bunch of blowouts, and it always seems like the team that gets embarrassed comes back with just a vengeance. That's how I kind of feel about Miami tonight. But of course, I'm worried about this injury report. I don't see Jimmy Butler on there, but we know he's not 100%. I do see PJ Tucker on there, and he's been key to stopping Jason Tatum. And Tyler Hero, man, I don't think he's going to play either. Strus and Vincent have been on the report the whole series, and they haven't seemed to be affected that much. And Kyle Lowry sitting out, I don't think even hurts the team that much because he's not playing well right now. But boy, I would really love the Heat here. But my concern is just the status of Jimmy Butler, and then of course Tyler Hero. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I think this is a wait and see, but I'm gonna try and go different here. Spread probably gonna bite me in the ass in the end, but I think Boston goes up 3-2 tonight because just like you said, I don't think Hero plays either. And last game, I thought he didn't mean that much because it meant more defensive minutes for the other guys. But when this team goes into lulls on offense, he was kind of that guy you give the ball to. He can get you a bucket. When he's not there and no one else is able to score the ball, like they really have no one else to go to. So they really go into these lulls. So definitely, I think I'm going to go with Boston tonight, but I'm a little bit scared. I think it's going to be a close one, but I think they etch it out in the end. And I'm going to lay the 2.5 at its climb too.
All right. Let me give you a couple stats here. Teams that have won Game 5 win more than about 82% of the time, right? So almost would say the series is decided tonight, but I said that during the Milwaukee series, they won Game 5 and then they get it done. So not the be all end all, but definitely a crucial game. Second one during the playoffs at home this year, Heat are 7-1 straight up, 6-2 against the spread. Wanted to throw that out there. Let's take a question from Jay. Thoughts on the Brown rebounds over? I don't know what the number is either. We the people. Do you know what that is? And Tyler, what do you think of Jaylen Brown rebounds? And I'm wondering, Jay A in the chat, why are you targeting Jaylen Brown on the rebounds? They're probably not even gonna have numbers up, are they? With all these guys questionable. I mean, if Williams sits, that would be great. So what do you think, Tyler? I haven't even looked at his rebound numbers, to be honest. So
yeah,
I can't give an educated answer.
That's what I'm pulling up now because I know he's rebounded. I know he's rebounded well without Robert Williams in there, but if he's in there, then you have Robert Williams to contend with Al Horford. Tatum.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's see.
Yeah, so we'll wait. So if there's no Robert Williams, take it. If not, I would be hesitant. I mean,
for the series, his last couple games, 7 rebounds, 9, 8, 10, 8. So he's covered that number, but the thing is Robert Williams has missed some of those games, and so is Al Horford. So that's the only thing to worry about.
Yeah. All right. Well, hey. All right. It looks like he's got one though. If it's gone over 4 of the last 5 games, a 6.5. Okay. Well, if you have 6.5 hit, it looks like we have 7.5 here on FanDuel, and of course, DraftKings. We have some dueling thoughts in the chat. Tyler, we the people says Boston wins this one. Close it out at home.
That's a good thing to see.
Make it happen.
I got we the people on my side.
But make it happen, says Heat money line, book it, and that's kind of the way I'm leaning right now. But like you said, it's definitely hard to cap this game. Marcus Smart questionable, Robert Williams questionable, PJ Tucker questionable, Kyle Lowry questionable, Max Chris questionable, Tyler Hero questionable, Gabe Vincent questionable. This looks like a regular season injury report, Tyler. I thought we were done with the nonsense. That's definitely not the case. Let's just assume everybody's in there. You definitely like them. Let's just say, so you haven't placed a bet yet. You get news that Robert Williams is out. Do you still like the Celtics?
I'm a little worried then. I got to see what the number moves to.
You know who I really think means more is Marcus Smart.
I think it's the other way around. Okay, they won the game without Smart because without Robert Williams, they can't.
They won the game. They won the game because Miami didn't even show up.
Yeah, but they have no answer for Bam.
The Kings could have beat Miami that night.
Yeah, but who's stopping Bam if Robert Williams isn't in there, Spread? You're not answering the question.
Bam.
There is nobody.
He stopped himself in the other 2 series when he had great matchups.
When Robert Williams wasn't there, we seen what happened. So you need him in there.
Okay. All right. I'll grant you that, right? I mean, I'm arguing for the sake of arguing at this point. That is a great point here. So you think Robert Williams is worth more? I kind of think Marcus Smart's worth a little bit more. Also on the offensive end, I think Smart's been really impressive. He's
really definitely been impressive on the offensive end, but I think they can cover his losses more with Tatum and Brown handling the ball, putting Pritchard in the corner. Same thing with Derek White, so where you can't really hide the defense that you lose. On the court. But you can't hide the defense that you lose with Robert Williams.
Who's worse defensively, Pritchard or Duncan Robinson?
Duncan Robinson
by a mile. Question. That's a tough. He's really by a mile. He's that bad?
I think so.
Wow. Okay. Okay. Jake says Celtics are the better team. I think the Heat are more banged up. It's so tough. It's so tough to say who's more banged up. Jay says if Brown and Tatum get 25 or more, Miami is done. Would you agree with that, Tyler?
Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah. Jay says Boston did win both games without Smart. That's true. So you guys are making great points here. Love having the chat. Can't generate offense as easy as Boston. That's a great point. The Heat can't. They cannot. Right? It's Jimmy Butler or bust. And let's be
And
honest, he's
without
not this
Tyler
huge.
Hero, without Tyler Hero, there is no offense coming off the bench really. Like Oladipo had a good game, but can we count on that? Probably
I
not.
think we can, but I just don't think it's enough. Like, what's a good game for him? 17-4 with some good defense.
Yeah, like
even if he scores 17, I'm not sure that the Heat win.
Yeah, like maybe he gives you like a past version of himself's performance and gives you like a 30-point game, but that wouldn't be something I'd be
one
banking.
time against all the scrubs in game 82.
Yeah, and it's something I wouldn't be banking on. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I wouldn't bank on it either. I think that if you do like the Heat, you're assuming that Jimmy Butler has a big game. And I would think that he's going to have a big game because I'm high on Jimmy Butler as much as I like to give our guy JSU crap. But if he's not 100%, I think that changes everything.
Yeah, I don't think he's 100%. He might not be in the injury report, but I don't think he's 100%.
Yeah. So the Warriors, they didn't want to get rusty last night, right? Hey, they figured they need another game here to go into. So what else you got for us on this game, Tyler?
I mean, other than that, there's pretty much nothing I'm really playing in this game until I get the injury news. Mm-hmm. I mean, Robert Williams is in. I'm definitely hitting that over 6.5 on his rebounds. He had 8 in the first quarter last game, so he could hit that even playing less minutes. And then just some of the performance doubles. If you can find the Robert Williams double and win, I would play that. Mm-hmm. The Horford 10+ points and win, Smart 3+ threes. You could even go with the Tatum 5+ threes if you think he has another big game. I think it's more of a Brown game, so I would play like him 25+ points and win. That'd be something.
What's that number?
This game
is that out yet?
That one is. Let me find it. It is +215.
All right, our guy, We the People, bringing up pace and not defense on the brand. I love it. But this is a great point here. Heat likes to slow down the pace. The Celtics are making them run, which makes the Heat lose gas in the second half. And the Heat are like the best conditioned team in the league. Did you see that with what's his name, Jermaine O'Neal, talking about he didn't want to play basketball anymore on the Heat because of their weight requirements?
Yeah,
and he wanted to eat Oreos instead. Unbelievable.
Yep. He was like, I'm sick of this.
You can't draft a guy like that. Unbelievable. Jake says, unless Tatum plays bad again, the Celtics should win.
Yeah, spread. Robert Williams double and win 10-1. Like,
how is that number so high?
That's my favorite. There's my favorite bet of the day right now.
Wow. Okay.
Because
let's say I want to go opposite of you. Let's say I want to be contrarian. I want to be the bad guy. What's Bam Adebayo double and win?
That is +370.
And Williams is 10-1.
Yep.
Unbelievable. I mean, what's the idea there? What's just their individual doubles? Is that Bam's just so much more important to the team than Williams?
Individual doubles, Bam's +120, Robert Williams +650. Probably has to do with Robert Williams not playing as many minutes. But
so what do you think? Bam's going to get like 39 to 41, and Williams is going to get what, 28?
Yeah, I mean, I think Williams didn't even play 20+ last game.
Yeah.
Pull up his numbers.
To be honest, did he need to? I mean, if a guy's hurt, the other team doesn't show up.
He didn't need to, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they simply just didn't show up. I mean, it's unbelievable. 2 nights in a row where, just rough.
Yeah, he played 19 minutes in game 2. He went for 5 and 4. In game 1, he played 28 minutes and he went for 18 and 9. If he sees 20+ minutes here, that 10-1 on them to win the game and him get a double isn't out of reach.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
Last game, he played 18 minutes, 12 points, 9 rebounds. Like, telling you, spread that 20-minute range is definitely in there.
Yeah, I agree there. That 10-1's great. And, it's so tough to try and bet Miami. I feel like, it's almost a live betting spot. Let's see how Butler looks to start the game. If he looks 100% healthy, I like Miami a lot more. If he's not 100%, I mean, they have no chance. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, I mean, where's the offense going to come from when he slows down? I don't think they have anything else.
Yeah, it's so crazy that this is the number 1 seed.
I mean, they play great team ball, but again, it's the playoffs. This is where the stars shine, just like
It's just
JSU's
so
always
crazy
said.
too, because you would say, "Oh, well, they're the number one seed because of injuries." They got rocked with injuries too.
Yeah, they're a deep team, but they just don't have the stars outside of Jimmy Butler to help him. Like Bam didn't take that extra step forward this year. I think his
Yeah.
injury kind of derailed him. Hero's banged up now, so they don't have another go-to scorer. Now it's like PJ Tucker, Max Strauss, Gabe Vincent. Lowry's banged up, so where else you going? They don't have
Okay.
anything else.
So it seems like everybody likes Boston here. Is the Heat's, us being down on the Heat, is it because this team just isn't enough? Or is this just a regular season team? I mean, or is the injuries? It's because they're not 100%. Let's say they're 100%. Like, would you favor them, or do you think this team just doesn't have enough punch?
If they were 100%, I think they'd win this game. I think a series would look a lot more like their series in the bubble, where like their defense came to win games in the second half versus Boston. But with them being banged up, I just don't see it with this team this year.
And that's crazy because let's be honest, Boston's banged up too.
Yeah, but
Robert
Boston's
Williams
stars
isn't
aren't banged up.
100%. But two of their five starters are. Williams isn't 100%. Smart isn't 100%.
Yeah, but it's the thing that the pieces Miami's missing are bigger than what Boston is.
Okay. And that's fair. That's fair. I'll grant you that. Here's an interesting point by DJ. As gassed as y'all think the Heat are, I think the Celtics are close to that tired. What do you think of that idea, Tyler?
I mean, they could be, but I favor the Celtics more in this game tonight.
Okay. All right. Well, we don't have a lot today, Tyler. I'll be honest.
I'll say there isn't much to go on this game.
Okay.
Until we
first
get
of all,
some of that
it's hard to
injury
break
news.
down this game without the injury report. And two, with the French Open going on, it's been exciting. And I'll be honest, I got my butt kicked in French Open today. Absolutely terrible. My DFS lineup sucked, and my two plays that I gave out sucked. So that's disappointing. But it's been a lot more exciting to me than these NBA playoffs. I mean, this is just bad. I mean, I don't know. Have you seen the ratings? I'm curious. I haven't seen anyone tweeting about the ratings.
No, I haven't seen anybody. I just keep seeing them tweeting about the margin of victory.
Yeah. So, I mean, I'm wondering how many people turned it off because I know that, like, you texted me and I have two TVs. So it's like, okay, let me pay attention to that. But really, I had my my TV show on because it's just like, how much am I really going to learn from the Kuminga Moody minutes? I'm already pretty high on those guys. So, there's not a lot that I'm going to see that I think is really going to matter. And I think like going into the finals, unless it's a blowout, you're not going to see Kuminga and Moody on the court together either. I mean, do I need to see any more Damian Lee minutes in my life? Do I really need to? I don't think so. I don't think so. He put the Bullock at the MVP on FanDuel. Hey, that's a great call. And hey, of course, bounce back, call. Right? Yeah. I mean, but
this Lakers championship odds for next year's spread's coming down already. We're down to 20-1.
People listen to you, Tyler. You're like E.F. Hutton. All right, buddy.
Wait till they land Kyrie and they're like 6-1.
You really think that's going to happen?
I mean, one guy says, I want to leave. Trade me here. And he's a free agent.
It sucks that during the playoffs.
Way out.
That's more interesting. But let's look at this real quick because we don't really have a lot to talk about for this game. If the Nets don't re-sign Kyrie, isn't KD pretty much gone?
They said he hasn't talked to the front office since the end of the season. So
what's going to go on there? Are they both going to ask out?
They could. I mean, he could also demand a trade.
Are they going to go play together again somewhere?
I don't think so. I think he's done with that experiment.
So, okay. Just because we don't have a lot to talk about today, right? We need to wait on the injury report. Hopefully, maybe we'll get some injury report while we're talking. Where does he end up if he asks out?
Oh, I have no idea. Miami, maybe. Dallas.
KD and Luka.
Yeah, I mean, it's like
stupid.
He can't force. Could he swindle his way back into Golden State? Like, could they get him there with the money situation? Probably not.
All right, let's talk about all these rumors in the chat. Magic told Lakers not to get rid of Russ. Be prepared for vintage Russ this season. And we the people, because you've got me a bunch of times on the show this year where we've been on opposite sides. I'm so happy that you have this take so I get a chance to win. Kyrie to Miami, no way. There's no way. He's not going to fit in there. Do you know how much they require of their players? You have to be in shape and 100% committed to basketball. You can't run around the
all
court of
his all
Miami
his
burning
connections
sage.
all his connections lead to LA. Like he's even mentioned wanting to play with LeBron again. He tried to recruit AD to Boston when he was there.
Mm-hmm.
Like if he leaves, he's probably going to LA.
All right. How about this one? 8 into Brooklyn for Kyrie. CP3 retires.
I can't see that. Kyrie
right.
and Devin Booker in the backcourt. I mean, it could work, but Kyrie's just not the passer CP3 is. Like, would he defer to Devin Booker in certain situations? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I could see that not working.
And our guy Richie Small says big baller says Levine to the Lakers because he's been right about so much so far, right? I mean, the guy's just
I think that's plan B behind Kyrie.
How do they do it though?
What, to get Kyrie?
No, to get Levine.
I mean, sign and trade.
Why would the Bulls take Russ? Because that's the only contract you're getting rid of.
But it's one of them things you're going to get a first round pick with them.
Why do I want a 27 first round pick if I'm the Bulls? That's 5 years from now.
But you're letting a guy walk out the door for absolutely nothing.
You don't think you can get more?
You could, but if he's like, I'm gonna go here regardless, or you could sign and trade me and get something for me, you're gonna be like, oh, leave. I don't want you. I don't want that 27 first round pick. That's too far into the distance.
Yeah. I'm not the one saying all this stuff. I agree with you. I don't think anyone wants him. I think you're the only one who thinks he's good. I don't even think his wife thinks he's good anymore.
I think his athleticism's a little behind him, but I mean, he could play
way
again.
Behind him. What do you think of this take? This is our guy, Matt, Mr. New to Town, a.k.a. Twatty Lottie. I think the Cavs are a great scorer from a contender.
Yeah, I mean, I think they're a team that's on the come up. That's for sure. But I got to wait and see Mobley take that giant step forward and get another guy, like you said. Once they get those pieces, though, I mean, they're going to be legit.
Yeah, I'll be interested. I do like the way that the Cavs are going. Make It Happen says, I'm on the Heat money line tonight. He's going me against the world. I wish you luck, Make It Happen. I did that last Friday, and it ended in nothing but pain, nothing but regret, nothing but distress. So I hope it goes better for you because everybody likes Boston. And why? And Travis said it yesterday, right? Every single show, every single breakdown, they're the better team. And you know what? It might just come down to that. Maybe I'm getting mad because it's just that simple. Maybe I want complex things like my variance breakdown yesterday with a ton of numbers everywhere. Maybe I should be a little more simple in my thinking. Our guy Razor Sharp Picks would say I'm simple by not liking people staying up all night when I'm trying to get my beauty sleep so I can be up with the sunrise. Eric Chang says the Lakers are saying they won't attach a first rounder to Russ. It's got to be a little posturing.
Yeah, I think it all depends on what's coming back in the deal. Like, I don't think they're just going to, like, ship it out for nothing. But Kyrie's on the other end. They'll gladly attach that first round pick.
We the people's yelling at me. He used all caps to say slander. Is it really slanderous to say what happens? I mean, I think slandering saying that he like cheats on his wife and he's a despicable person, not saying that one of the greatest athletes of all time has diminished a little bit. But let's go on with this a little bit because we got some time today. Because of one season with another super alpha, I didn't even know those existed. So now we have one step above alpha, super alpha. How many players really succeeded alongside Braun besides Kyrie and Wade, which took the Robin to Batman role? But my comeback is how many players didn't make the playoffs with LeBron on their side? Because he even got who are those crappy guys in 2007? On that team, right? I mean, he got, I can't remember those guys off the top of my head. How bad was that team that he took in 2007? And they didn't even make the playoffs. So Make It Happen says the public is all over Boston. Hey, they were when I took my stand too. So like I said, I wish you luck. I'm not betting against you. So far, I don't have a play on this game. But yeah, I mean, right? When you go to the sportsbook in Vegas, they are pretty nice. And they didn't do that by giving out another one. I don't know who wins, but this game goes under. What do you think of that idea, Tyler?
Yeah, I mean, I don't hate it. We tried to go over again last game, but it bit us, so I don't hate going back to the under.
Jake says it's scary when everyone is on one side. I know Halloween's coming early here for us NBA gamblers. Moody's going to get paid next year. He's on the second year of his deal.
Yeah, he ain't getting paid next year.
Is he talking about someone else? Is there a different? Moody's got like 3 years left on his rookie deal. He's not. Yeah, maybe in 4 years he'll get paid. KD to Houston for KPJ Şengün plus draft picks.
So it'd be Jalen Green, Paulo, and KD.
That's the most realistic one I've seen so far.
I was gonna spit out another one, Atlanta. He kind of looks at Trae Young as
I
like
think
his
if
new...
you get KD, you're giving up that 3, the number 3 pick.
Yeah, but
so you're not getting Paulo.
Well, no, you're not doing it right now. I think it'd be like, I think KD would play another year in Brooklyn, and then that trade would happen next year.
All right.
But like, if he were to demand a out like this year, I think one of the realistic places is Atlanta. You just package Collins, Herter, Hunter, and there's KD and Trae Young, and you just.
But now, aren't you doing the same thing if you demand your way out and you're going to get on this top-heavy team with no bench?
Yeah, but at the same time,
that's why like Houston could actually absorb it. They have so much young talent.
Yeah, but Atlanta's pretty deep of a team. Like they could deal off a lot of their older guys and keep these young guys. Like if some of these young guys pan out, like their bench is still pretty deep.
That's a great point. I mean, I'd like to see it. I'm already over the Brooklyn.
Like because you think about it too. Like when these guys demand out, you're not getting full value for them.
Yeah.
John Collins, Kevin Herter, 3 first-round picks, and like another young guy. You can't tell me that wouldn't be the trade. So then you have Trae Young, KD, DeAndre Hunter, Okongwu, Bojan coming off the bench. Like that team's legit.
All right. Yeah, I mean something fun. There's gonna be a lot of shakeups this offseason. Twatty says I wouldn't trade a Maxi Kleber for Russell Westbrook. This is not trolling. I agree with you, man. I mean, who wants him at this point? Who really wants it? I mean, it's seriously like a John Wall situation where you're going to take money just to not play him. I mean, think about it. What team does he make better that's not rebuilding, that wouldn't want to take away usage from the young players? That's the Russ conundrum.
The Knicks.
Okay. Good point. You got me there. You're good at this, Tyler. You're real good at this. And we don't come up with these before the show. This is on the spot. Great job. He says send Christian Wood there. Yeah, nobody wants Christian Wood anymore.
Yeah.
The guy's the worst defensive player in the league. KD, C. Wood, and Jalen Green. Oh, yeah. I agree with you there. Let's send him to Houston. Do we think KD would ever go back to OKC? Not this current iteration, right?
No, unless they drafted like Chet, and Chet turned out to be like the next great thing.
Can you imagine the two skinniest dudes in the league?
And then they have SGA and Giddey passing the ball around.
Yeah, but they'd have no bench. I mean, I guess they could just flip all those picks to get people.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess if they want to flip
those picks,
happening, right? Yeah.
Yeah. I think it'd be just like it'd be Russ before KD.
I agree with him
there. There as like a cap thing.
I agree with him there. All right, chat. You guys got any more questions for us? Because we're going to be honest. We came on today. We're here with you guys every day. But a little frustrated with the number of blowouts, and then of course frustrated with the injury report because I do believe that it doesn't give us the best ability to cap this game for you guys. But we're here and we're doing this and we're being honest. We're not forcing a pick just for the sake of having a pick, right? We're just letting you know, hey, this is tough to cap, not knowing what's going on. So I don't see a lot in there, Tyler. And just because we're not, hammering the table and saying I love this pick, I bet a bunch of money on it, we're still going to give out best bets. So what do you got for us?
I'm going to take that Robert Williams double and Boston wins 10-1.
That's great. Isn't that the best way to approach this game?
Yeah, I mean, his points prop is 7.5. It's juiced to the over.
Okay.
He's gotten double-digit points against his team twice. Mm-hmm. If he gets in the 20-minute mark, all we need he's gotten into the 8-9 rebound mark too. So I got to take a shot on this at 10-1 and then win the game.
Yeah, I'm going to try and find something funky like that too. Like rather than taking Boston plus 1.5, what about minus 7.5 at plus 223?
Yeah, I don't hate it.
Yeah.
You can go with like a win margin if you think they blow them out by more than 10.
Yeah. Or that FanDuel boost. I don't have FanDuel, but that's always worth it. He said best bet 1 to 10. This has been the worst bet of the whole playoff so far, though, right? 1 to 10 win margin.
I tried that last.
Yeah,
game.
We did that yesterday. But hey, tonight might be the night. Hey, it can't happen forever, right? I mean, we have to have a classic here at some point, right? At some point, the streak's going to end. But as we know, you don't bet against the streak. You bet with the streak. We the People says the Smart's assist is under 6. Take the over.
That's 5.5.
Okay.
So it's right on that number.
Yeah, and we're trying to be honest here, Eric. It's tough to cap with incomplete info. So, hey, well, I don't know, Tyler, will you be able to? Most likely I'll be able to be on the final countdown. If we have something, we'll throw it in the chat there by the time we get those injury reports. Because, honestly, I don't think we're going to get the news till those guys are on the air. This is going to be like a literal game time decision.
Another thing to talk about with that Robert Williams prop is there's 2 different performance doubles up for him too. 8+ points in Boston wins is plus 190, and versus 10+ rebounds in Boston wins plus 520. So you're telling me he can't score 2 more points and we get plus 1,000?
Yeah, I love it. I think that's the best way to approach the game.
Yeah, I think that's a misprice. So definitely taking a shot on that.
Yeah. Well, hey, I want to thank everyone for hanging out with us today. And hey, guys, we do our best to give you the best information every day. But I'll be honest, we're just a little bit flustered with number one. That these games have not been the best games, but more importantly, that I think it's really hard to cap these games tonight with the amount of information we're missing. But that's why it's also great to be a member of RunPureSports.com, promo code GetBets, because when we do get that information, Tyler, what are you going to do?
What was that?
You're going to put the parlay in the chat, right? In the Discord.
Oh, yeah, definitely put the parlay in the chat.
I
zoned out when you were going. I was reading something.
Hey, that's what happens in the promo. People don't listen to the promo, but I think that it comes in subconsciously, right? So I'm getting better at it. I'm getting better at working it in without ruining the flow of the show. So, hey, we had a great show today. Chat, I appreciate you guys making it even better. We didn't have any mathematical breakdowns. We didn't have any king slander. Talk about slander, we the people. I'm the one who gets slandered on here, not Russ. Other than that, I appreciate you guys joining. We will be back tomorrow with JSU, which means we're going to have plenty to talk about, even if it's a 30-point win tonight, right?
We can get his ideas on these futures for next year. We can get his opinions on the best duo in the league.
Yeah.
All that fun stuff we've talked about in the last couple of days.
It's going to be great, And hey, like we the people says, maybe I won't stay up all night trying to fix the NBA tonight. Maybe I'll do something. All right, I'll go swipe right for you, we the people. I'll go swipe right. I'll go actually have a life. I'll take a night off, and I won't fix the NBA on tomorrow's show. We will have AirPads on tomorrow. He will be bringing it. Yeah. Hey, you got to have win to compete in the sport. You got to, you got to be able to do it. Hey, 2-minute breakdowns, that's already Tyler's specialty. We're not letting anyone bite Tyler's style. So when you come on, you better represent. There's only one silent assassin on the show. And he's to the right of me right now, or is he to the left on the way you're watching the phone? Not sure. But thank you, everybody, for joining us. We'll be back tomorrow. Run Pure.